Hello everyone, today we'll be bush flying around Papua Indonesia. We'll be landing at 5 challenging airstrips. We'll be starting our flight from Whiskey Alpha Yankee Bravo, and we'll be flying the Cessna Caravan in the Susi Air Livery. Alright, let's get started. So, let's get the fuel selectors on. Turn the battery on as well. We'll get the strobe light before we start the engine. The avionics. Alright, we'll get that fuel pump on as well. If I can remember where it is. And that's ignition, alternator. There it is, fuel pump to on. Mixture's full rich. Let's also get that throttle just above idle. If I can just flick it up. Awesome. And let's start the engine and get going. Alright, we're all lined up on runway 09, ready for takeoff, and let's depart for our first strip. So I'm just holding the brakes, adding full power, just let that power to come up, and release the brakes and let's go. Alright, looks like a rather short runway, so we'll just keep us on the center line. Keep a little bit of back pressure. Alright, just lift that nose a little bit. Just going to force it off the runway a little bit to the left just so we can clear those trees. Alright, a little bit of nose down just so that we can get that speed back up. Awesome. Let's just roll back that power so we're getting it off the red line. Perfect. Alright, let's go to our first airfield. Alright, we're on approach for our first airfield, which is Whiskey Alpha Delta India, which is just perched up on that hill ahead of us. We're all configured for landing, and let's give it a go. We're just about on 80 knots. Just aiming for that. Doesn't look like a very long strip, so we're going to have to plant it down pretty early on. Got a nice gap in the trees there, so we're going to aim for that. A little bit of 500 upward pressure. Alright, let's just get between those trees. Aim for that first patch. Alright, got a flare. Alright, and down. Full reverses, brakes. Alright, not too bad for the first airfield. Alright, let's get rid of those reverses, and we'll turn us around and get ready for the next airstrip. Alright, we're all ready for takeoff, and let's go to our next airport. Alright. Keeping that full power again. Just got to get over those top of those trees, just between there. Well, it's going to be pretty close. We're just going to keep a little bit of back pressure, just keep that nose up. We're going to have to force it up in the air. That's definitely pretty close. Not sure whether the Cessna Caravan is suited for this airfield. Alright, and for our second landing for today is an airport of Whiskey Alpha Bravo Alpha. It's located in the valley. We're going to do a sharp right turn on final. The runway's pretty well sloped. It's concrete, so it's probably a little bit easier, but the turn to final is not easy at all. There you can see the runway just up there. Right, keeping speed. Awesome, not too bad, lined up. There's definitely no go around here. Alright, we're down. Easy. Runway's definitely a lot longer than the last airstrip, but still fun nonetheless. Alright, time to head to the next airfield. Alright, our next airfield's definitely a challenge. It's Whiskey X-Ray 53. This is one of the handcrafted airports in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. And so for many it might be familiar through one of the epic landing challenges. Now the challenge with this particular airport is it's got a large hill at the end, so we've got to have enough speed to get up to the top of the hill to turn around for takeoff. But we've also got to hit the landing spot right so that we're not going to go into the mountain ahead of it. So we really got to watch our speed here, and really got to aim down for just after those trees. So speed's good, just under 80. Got to keep it up. Got to watch the draft as the wind hits the hill. So you can see those trees there. Got the landing spot.
500.
Oh, we're dropping. Got to raise that nose. All right, just cleared those trees. Awesome. Let's flare. Alright, just going to lightly tap the brakes, make sure we've got enough speed to get over that hill. Okay, might add a little bit of reverser just so that we can stop at the top. Alright, not too bad. Alright, let's turn around and head to the next airport. Alright, let's take off from this airstrip, so let's go. I'm just going to hold the brakes a little bit so we don't go too fast down that hill, otherwise we'll just fly straight into the ground. So, just added full power. Alright, let's release the brakes. Alright, try and keep that nose directed. Alright, get over those trees, it's forced up in the air. Oh, that was close. Alright, that was pretty challenging. Let's head to our next airfield. Alright, this is another grass strip I just found in the area. So we're all ready to land, and let's see if we can give this a go. So it looks like we're going to have to hold the side of this mountain here. And there's a bit of a crosswind out to the left. That probably means there's going to be a bit of downdraft as the wind comes across that mountain there. Oh, yes. It's quite a bit of turbulence. It's trying to flick me around. Really wants to flip that plane. Alright, we'll just kind of ride out the turbulence and aim for that runway. Oh, I'm going to use a bit of rudder here. Alright, let's just aim for the runway. Doesn't look very long. Right, just a little bit of flare planted on the ground. Okay, full brakes, reverses. Alright, looks like we're going to stop. Awesome, let's turn this thing around. That was actually pretty scary. The wind there was just trying to flip the plane the whole time, and anyway, we landed. It was safe. Alright, let's see if takeoff is as bit interesting as the landing has been. Alright, let's get the full power up. We'll just keep the brakes just so that we get that full amount of thrust that we can get. And we'll try and take off and get above those trees. Alright, releasing the brakes. There's center line. Keep a bit of back pressure, keep that nose up. There's a little bit of a bump there, so I'm going to have to force it up in the air. Oh, just made it over. Is it really a takeoff unless you trim the trees in this video? Alright, coming up to our last landing. So this one's particularly tough. It's just located in the valley just across from the river. So we'll just follow the river out. It turns to the right. Follow that, and there's a tight left turn to final, and it's a rather short strip, so we've really got to have our speed managed and land it as soon as we can so we can get those brakes and reverses out. Alright, so we're just going to follow the valley up here and keep it nice and close to the ground so that we're not going to overshoot the runway, because there is no go around on this in this airfield, so we really got to make sure that we're right on final. So we can see the river following up there. So the airport's just kind of between that gap between the two hills off to the left there. So we've really got to keep our speed low, descend along those trees, hold it a little bit to the right, but getting closer to that river because we really got to get down. We really want that speed to come down a little bit more. I really like the scenery, and this is just a default airport, but look at that river, it looks amazing. Okay, there's the turn, so just to the left there's a gap between the trees. It's pretty hard to see unless you've come here before. Right, we've got to really go for the middle there. There's no go around, we're committed. Alright, there's the field, let's just get it down on that green there. Alright, flare it a bit. Just over that bush. Alright, flare, plant it. Brakes, reverses. Alright, looks like we've stopped. Awesome. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions or want to see more, let me know in the comments. See you next time.